All right, in this video, I want to walk you through another example of me selecting an offer and going to gather some keywords, or kind of how I go about that process. This is the process that I teach inside of my program, Elite, which I'll tell you more a little bit about after I go through these examples. But I just want to shoot this video to illustrate how simple this process is. So once you have the blueprint, once you have the recipe, that doesn't change, you just do that over and over again. All you have to think about when you're building these sites, so I teach people how to build mass page sites, and we're basically just, these sites act as these giant nets to go out there and grab and siphon traffic from the search engines, and we're just redirecting that traffic towards different products and services and offers and stuff to generate passive income. So it's a really simple process, but I'm going to start off by logging into my one of the, there's many different affiliate networks and accounts out there. This one's called ShareSell. So I'm going to go to merchants, search for merchants, and I haven't looked at this beforehand. I've promoted various products from this network in the past, but they have thousands of different products and services that you can promote. So I'm just going to kind of click around, and we'll just kind of explore these different products and services they have, and maybe a couple different categories and stuff, and I'll kind of show you how I might approach some of these products and brands and stuff with this process. So it's pretty simple. So I just selected automotive. I don't really know anything about this category, so this one seems kind of interesting. Has a high EPC, although it doesn't really matter, and then the power rank is less than 1,000 or whatever, so it's and this one is even higher, so I don't know what that is. So let's just maybe start with these. I don't really know anything about this brand, but this just kind of will prove to you that how I can go into any product or niche or whatever and have success with this same process. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to spend years becoming an expert in this particular field or whatever. So let's just see. So biking, so they're like saddlebags. So boom. So we've already got a starting point with this brand. I'm assuming since it has a high EPC and power rank that's, it's not super high, but it's higher than 1,000. So 1,000 plus is just like, it's, I don't know, doesn't make as many sales on this particular network, I believe. So Viking Bags, I'm assuming they're a brand that's been around for a while. And so if I just type in Viking Bags, I can take that as a starting point and click having same terms. This is a keyword tool that we use. So okay, so it doesn't have that many keywords, long tail keywords around this brand, but that's fine. I've actually made sites in the past that only have a couple hundred keywords that have made me thousands and thousands of dollars. So that's just a starting point. We can kind of just explore their site just to learn more about what they do. So saddlebags, I'm not a motorcycle person, so I don't know much about them, but we've got different types of saddlebags. They got different brands, that will attach, I guess, to different brands of bikes and stuff, different kinds of saddlebags. So we got leather saddlebags, hard saddlebags, sissy bar saddlebags. So I don't even know what these terms mean and stuff, but basically they're just giving me the keyword here. So let me just type in saddlebags and see what we get. So cool. So actually, Viking saddlebags is up here, so it's one of the most popular saddlebags, I would assume. So 27,000 keywords, and so we're already starting to get some other ideas for different saddlebags: Witcher, Harley, leather, hard. So let's just explore some of these other terms. So let's type in maybe Harley saddlebags. Boom, 3,000 keywords, and let's just type in maybe leather saddlebags, just different types and stuff. So we can go build a pretty decent list of keywords based on all these. So cool, 1,800. And like this isn't a lot of keywords compared to other brands and products and stuff, but this is just a couple of minutes of exploring here. I'm sure if I spent a little bit more time, I could gather a larger list and just figure out exactly what people are searching for maybe before they wind up at investing in a product like this. But this just gives you some idea of how simple the process is. I started out with a brand, just a couple minutes, selected a brand, and then just went to our keyword tool, pulled, and I was doing this for real. I just export these lists of keywords, build a list of several thousand keywords, and we can build individual sites around each one of these sets of keywords, like one just about leather saddlebags, one about tail bags, one about backpacks, tank bags, scooter bags, like individual sites about each one of these, and build just batches and batches of sites around this whole brand, and probably make, I'm not too familiar with this niche, but I can pretty much go into any niche and guarantee that I'm going to make $1,000 or more, or several $1,000s a month promoting this particular product, because there's lots of people out there that have motorcycles. This seems like a pretty popular brand, and I'm assuming, without looking at the prices, they're probably a couple $100s a piece, and we're getting 10% per sale. So we only need to make a handful of sales per month, and then we're looking at $1,000 or more, 4 figures or whatever. So that's one brand. Let's look at this radar detector here. So I don't know much about this other than the word radar detector. So let's look at escort radar. Let's just type that in. So that's the brand name. Boom. So apparently super popular, and we kind of got a little bit of an indicator on the network, because it's telling us here is, I guess a lot of people that come to this site actually wind up buying this because they're specifically looking for this brand or a radar detector, and it has a decent power rank. So escort radar, and then I know the term, a phrase, radar detector. So they've got other things for sale too. So these are other opportunities for us to bring in traffic. So we've got portable radar detectors, dash cams, laser shifters. So let me just type in like radar detector and see what we get. So cool, radar detector, and actually, it's third on the list. That's pretty high. So there's other brands though, Cobra and stuff, best radar detectors. So we can use those lists, those keywords to expand our list. So let's just type in like best radar detector so I can show you that. So we got 25,000 keywords just for that, and we can build these mass page sites, as many as we want, to redirect to there. So best radar detector, we can kind of drill down, and we got 1,900 for that. And these are keywords that people are typing in. These are super dialed in, super targeted keywords that people are looking for solutions for. But most people on the planet out there don't know anything about affiliate marketing or SEO. And the ones that do, they just don't have the time and the resources and bandwidth to go and build niche related sites or these authority sites all about all the long tail keywords related to best radar detectors. 1,900 keywords, that may take you an entire year with and a lot of time and a lot of resources to write unique articles around all these different keywords. And so hopefully you're starting to see just how vast this is. So this is why we use mass page sites, to just quickly create these sites very quickly and very inexpensively. And we just cast these nets out there, and we can go into any niche or any product or promote any service without having to be an expert in that, without having to spend years and tons of hours and thousands of dollars learning how to be the expert. We have a proven process, we have a recipe, we have a blueprint that we follow that doesn't change the only variables are the product we're promoting and the keywords. And as you can see in this example, these examples here, that this is a very fast, simple process. So once we have that our core process, and once you learn how to do that, and that becomes muscle memory, this is very fast and simple. You know, I can just come in here and scoop up an extra $1,000 or a couple thousand extra dollars a month, and these sites are going to last generally for months and sometimes even years to come, because again, the lack of competition, people are searching for these keywords, but there's just nobody else out there that's going to create unique content around these keywords, and so we're just going to stick there and stay there for a long time generally, and just scoop up that traffic and kind of come in below the radar and just sit there for a while and just generate that passive income, because once these sites are built, they just churn out money for months and years to come. So hopefully that makes sense, but just to kind of connect the pieces, again, we've got a proven process of, you know, blueprint, step-by-step recipe to follow to build these sites. And they're very inexpensive, they're very fast and simple. If you're familiar with SEO, you can just kind of throw out most of that stuff that you've learned in other courses, because this isn't going to be like anything else you've ever learned before. So we basically got the keywords. We grab the keywords like I showed you, and that represents the traffic, all the long tail keywords, all the long phrases that people are typing in. This is what people are looking to find, and we're directing that traffic. We've got all these little websites, and you can think of all the pages as like all these little hooks out here that are grabbing all of those keywords. So like this is a site maybe around radar detectors, and we're grabbing all of those thousands and thousands of searches, or at least a large portion of them, because, you know, maybe there's somebody that's got a site out there about best police radar detector, but I can guarantee you they're not making unique posts and videos about passport radar detector Best Buy and things like that, and all these other thousands of keywords and stuff. So that's where we come in, where we just come in, scoop up all that traffic and redirect it directly to our offer. And since it's so dialed in and targeted, you know, we don't have to be a lot of selling isn't required, basically. And so we're literally just pushing and redirecting that traffic. These are people towards relevant offers. So these are people that are raising their hand and saying, hey, I want a radar detector, and like specific things about, you know, the kind of radar detectors that they want. And so we're just connecting those queries to a super dialed in, targeted, relevant offer or product. And notice I didn't say you have to be super techie, you don't have to be a designer, you don't have to be a copywriter, you don't have to be good at sales, you don't have to write articles. We've eliminated all that stuff. And so this blueprint, like this, what I've shown you is the high level stuff that I like to focus on, because the blueprint, once you understand what that is, it's literally you just set up a template once and use that over and over again to make these sites. And once you outside of the keywords and the offer selection, everything else, once you get your initial template set up, it's literally just clicking buttons and copy and paste. So hopefully that all makes sense, but I just wanted to shoot this video to show you another example just of how simple this is. This is literally, in this video, if you had the recipe that I showed people in my program, this video would be worth tens of thousands of dollars to you, because you would have that process and you could just plug and play this offer and these angles that I've given you, which it's super simple. At the most basic level, we'll just start with the brand names, and then from there we go gather the competitor keywords if you want to expand and make more money, and then from there you can go after the generic terms. So in the for this example, we got Escort Radar, that's the brand. It appears to be a pretty popular brand. I'm sure they have competitors. I saw a Cobra brand, so that's another. I'm sure there's other brands out there. And then there's the titles, like Redline, I guess. And then you've got the generic terms. So what is this product that we're promoting. It's a radar detector, and then they've got other things like laser shifters and radar detector accessories and dash cams and things like that. So those are other just hooks out there that you can put a cast out there to bring in more traffic, because people that are interested in looking for this brand are not necessarily all looking for radar detectors. Some may be looking for dash cams and things like that. So hopefully all that makes sense. If you want to learn this process of how to connect all these pieces together so that you can just do this over and over again and basically, write your own paycheck, then we put together a program called Elite. You can go to SEOaffiliatedomination.com.